If I were to introduce my mom in any way, I just want to introduce her as my number one advocate through this whole thing. She didn't always know what to do and how to do it, but I do know her heart was always in the right place.
When you hear the word addiction, close your eyes and visualize the word and tell me what you see. Addiction. I see a slimy octopus weaving its tentacle-ridden arms, grabbing, choking, and sucking the life out of families. That's why it's called a family disease, because that's what it does. And this is why it also takes the strength of the entire family to break free from this monster. No one can beat this hideous creature on their own. Your children are the lucky ones, because you care enough to be here tonight. My concern is for the kids whose parents are still in denial of the epidemic, the parents who believe that addiction can never slither under their doors and into their homes. Unfortunately, though, I understand it all too well because I was that parent. I never thought addiction would touch my loving family, but it did, right here. I was a very busy mother who was very busy talking about everyone else's kids. I was never looking at my own son. He was perfect to me. I was always looking past him, focusing on and judging everyone else's kids out loud. And the worst part was that my son heard it all. And I still wonder, is that why he didn't come to me sooner? Were you afraid of your own mother's judgment? I think it's an important question for every parent to ponder. Was my son afraid of his own mother's judgment and afraid to come to me for help? Well, what about mother's intuition? I had plenty of that, but I chose to shut it down. I shut it down because I was petrified of other people thinking that my family wasn't perfect. There were 3 deadly words that were always banging around in my head. Don't tell anyone. Those words made me live in complete isolation. My world was filled with fear and anxiety because I was so worried about people who in the end meant nothing to me. It was all about shame. Shame makes you quiet. Quiet makes you sick. I, like my son, was living a big fat lie. I, like my son, was sick. Because I cared more about what other people thought than about being honest and asking for help from my only son. I'm a mother who had to learn about something that I never wanted to know anything about. And I'm not an expert on addiction. I'm not an expert on anything, quite frankly, except being a mother. And I might not be able to tell you how to prevent your children from going down a dangerous path, but I can share my story with you. There will always be those people claim to be unaware or actually foolish enough to think addiction is a choice. The truth is that nobody chooses addiction, and that's a fact that every parent needs to embrace because no one's immune, not even Mr. Judgment or Miss Unaware. So please, let's all get on the same page and start fighting and winning this battle together. Thank you.
Show me what's right. Show me what's true. I look deep inside and drowned in the tide, and I thank God for you. All the times I would cry, I did not know I could try.